Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, Felton LaShawn, Zabeda Ali, Compton Caligal, and wow, Compton Caligal was first today. Thank you very much for that. Followed by Mary H. and Angela M. Where is Fancy Fancy? I don't see Fancy Fancy. Fancy that. Oh my goodness. Barbara Canada is here. Doris Johnson is here. Nice. Welcome, welcome. Noby D, Gwen Daniels, and a bunch of other people. Okay. Anyway, let's get on with it. We got Cookie Queens in the house. I don't think we'll be here for an hour. Sorry for the delay. Oh my goodness. Will I ever get back on my sleep schedule? I don't know. I could not sleep last night for some reason. And yes, I would not put my phone down. But I had like an upset stomach last night. So that's why I couldn't sleep. So if I couldn't sleep, I picked up the phone. But yeah. So yeah, I was looking at my electronic device and wide awake. So I won't even tell you what time I finally fell asleep, but it was pretty late. Then I had some errands to run today. Anyway, that's enough of all of that. Let's get on with it. So don't forget, Cookie Queen starts August the 7th. August the 7th. You can buy your tickets in advance. There's no reason why you can't buy your tickets already. A crowd-pleasing movie is what it says there, according to Vogue magazine. So go ahead and just buy those tickets. Just buy them and plan to go and help boost those numbers up before the actual movie premiere date. We really need to do that. It's either that or buy more jam. Okay. Go here. And all of this talk of cookies reminds me of the most embarrassing incident. You guys, I don't know how I did it, but only I can have a mishap like this. I tripped on the sidewalk and I fell inside a Mrs. Fields cookies store, right? As I fell, $2.47 flowed onto the counter while I was struggling to regain my composure. I must have inadvertently lifted a bag containing a chocolate chip cookie. To avoid embarrassment, I decided to take it with me. I can't remember anything else after that. So I was just so embarrassed. All I could think of is, did anybody see me? Now you know this had to happen a long time ago because the cookie was only $2.47. At this time, I don't know how much those cookies are, but somehow I just tripped on the sidewalk and stumbled into the store. It's a good thing that money flew out of my pocket. Otherwise, I could have been in trouble. As I composed myself and lifted that bag and made right my situation. But believe me, that could happen to anyone. Matter of fact, stuff like that happens all the time. So if you've ever had a similar incident to this, like, have you ever like tripped on the pavement in front of I don't know, a nightclub, and next thing you know, you stumbled all the way over to the bar and ordered a margarita, a blended margarita. I've had that happen to me before. I must be the clumsiest person. Anyway, as I recall, as I composed myself and and walked out with that cookie. Um, yeah, I there was no need in going back to the shop and confessing because fortunately money was exchanged inadvertently. So, oh well, stuff like that happens all the time. Now, the Sussex's secret trip. Did we not talk about this? Did we not talk about this? I was like, scouring the social media looking for um topics to approach and well anyway, a Sussex summer holiday, right? Remember that headline and then these photos? Um but there was one photo that I could not place, and that was this one. I said, "Well, I don't know if that's Portugal. It doesn't look like Portugal. Maybe no, I don't think there's any large bodies of water near Althorp." And I couldn't imagine what it was. But then later on, we found out that it appears as though the Sussexes may have made a secret trip up to Scotland. Yes, it seems as though they took a trip up to Scotland. And well, anyway, as far as I know, Glow was the first one to mention that. Well, fast forward to well, yesterday at this point, and you'll find out that the Daily Fail has got a hold of the story. Yes, they are mentioning the fact that the Sussexes made a secret trip to Scotland. Believe it or not. Well, I guess it must be true. I guess it must be true that they actually did go to Scotland. Um, Now I'm trying to, I thought I had the right slides, but I did not. So that was 23, 20. Let me try this one. Let me try this one. Maybe this is it. Yes. Okay. So let me bring up those slides and then we'll talk about it. Well, I talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Talk about moving. You gotta move on. What song was that? Time to make a move, gotta get some energy. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Da, 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 da. Well, I talk. Anyway, I can't remember what song that was. I know the words, I just don't remember the song. Okay. I am um actually searching for a photo. I was just stalling for time. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Sussexes were in the Scottish Highlands. That's what Lily Revan says, that they were in the Scottish Highlands. Now, compare this picture. Okay, that's the one that Meghan posted, and this is the one that Lily um, predicted was Scotland, right? Now, it looks like this photo was taken along the A835 on the way to, what is that? Ulapole. Besides Loch Glashcarnock in the Scottish Highlands, Loch Glashcarnock is a reservoir located between Inverness and Ullapool with sweeping views of the surrounding landscape. Okay, still not convinced? Well, let's try this then. Let's try this. Oh my goodness, what did I just do? All right. Um, Did you guys see that too? I don't know what I just pressed. That's interesting. I never saw that button before. Okay. Now, as I was saying, is it Kia believes that, let's see, someone check on William. This would confirm that his pa kept his liege man and of life and limb in the dark about the Sussex's ring in the Highlands, and particularly if they were at Balmoral. Now, I could not imagine the Sussexes going to Scotland and not going to Balmoral. I mean, it's almost like you just have to. Why would you go that far and then not actually go to Balmoral, right? It would be sacrilege. So I believe they definitely went to Balmoral, but we don't have any proof. We don't have any proof. There's no concrete evidence, but I'm just saying that was the last place that Harry ever looked upon his grandmother's face, right? Scotland is where Harry was located when he got the news about his mom. So there will always be some very strong memories for Harry in Scotland. So take that with a grain of salt. Well, and then further proof. I mean, that is okay. This is Meghan's photo, and then this is someone else's photo. They may have gotten this from maybe from the internet. See that ridge back there? Huh. Yeah. Seems like the right place to me. Let me see. Now that is Meghan's photo. And then this is someone else's photo. See that ridge back there? See that? All the way back. Oh, didn't mean to do that. All the way back. And then check that out. And notice the sky is different. So they didn't just throw the same photo up there. Huh? They were in Scotland. They were in Scotland. My little lass was in Scotland. Ah, how about that? And no one was the wiser. Another photo? Oh, that's Meghan's photo. Okay. And now you have this information right here that further confirms this is a classic Scottish Highlands landscape, almost certainly in Scotland. The image captures a large freshwater loch, also known as a lake, nestled among the rolling green hills, mountains under a bright, partly cloudy sky with strong sun flares. The foreground road path with the red and white stripe post, let's see what else it says here. A common UK road marker or bollard is typical of scenic Highland routes. And then it gives you those most likely locations. So I shared that with you, a few days ago now. And it turns out it was true. It was true. Now, let's see what that god-awful paper has to say about this. I'll try not to spend too much time with it. But it says here, Prince Harry has not yet taken his children to Balmoral, the private royal estate in Aberdeenshire that he has described as simply paradise. He has, however, secretly taken them to a remote Scottish island owned by a hedge fund tycoon. The Daily Mail understands that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, stayed earlier this month in Tenera Moor, a private island, is said to have inspired the Wicker Man, the cult 1973 film starring Edward Woodward, Christopher Lee, and Britt Eklund. Harry is thought to have previously visited the island, which was bought for £1.7 million in 2017 by billionaire Ian Wass, if I got that name right, co-founder of the hedge fund giant Marshall Wass. Anyway, Harry is thought to have previously visited the island, which, when Wass bought Tanamore, that is, the largest of the summer isles. It had been said the population of just 5 who were outnumbered by, crofters, cottages, and various stages of dereliction. But the 100-acre land has since been transformed. Who poured 100? That guy Wass poured 100 million pounds into planting 100,000 trees, restoring dozens of properties, and laying 3 miles of roads. Wow, he must really love that place. Oh, he's also revived skills like beekeeping, and last year more than half of the 1,000 guests Tanara had hosted were from, is that Ty Moore Foundation? Anyway, I guess it's true. They were there. All right, so there you go. And that, of course, comes from Maureen, Richard Eden. Maureen. I still say they went to Balmoral. I don't care. I still say they went to Balmoral. I couldn't see them coming all that way without going to Balmoral. So that is the island that they just mentioned. That tiny windswept island. Look at those brilliant skies. It really is beautiful there. Wow. I wouldn't mind going there. Long as the Wi-Fi works. So, executive producers Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, they are the executive producers of Cookie Queens. And look at them looking all production there. And of course, here they are in Portugal. At least this is a superimposed image of them in Portugal, not their actual photos. There we go. There's Meghan from last night. We didn't even know that Meghan was going to be outside last night, but we was outside, y'all. We were outside, y'all. Huh? There you go. We were outside. Now, of course, this was one of the premieres. It says here, Meghan makes surprise visit to California Girl Scout camp for Cookie Queen screening. The Duchess of Sussex, a former Girl Scout herself, executive produced the documentary alongside her husband, Prince Harry. They're both, in case you didn't know it, they are executive producers. Yeah, that's what they are. They are executive producers, just producing stuff. So Meghan made a special return to Girl Scout camp. The Duchess of Sussex surprised a Girl Scout camp in, Ojai, California, with a special screening of her new documentary, Cookie Queens, on Wednesday. Meghan and Cookie Queens director Alyssa Namus visited Camp Arnez located less than an hour from the Duchess of Sussex's family home in guess where? Montecito, where there are no leaks. There are no leaks in Montecito. Let's see. There they posed for pics with campers as well as some of the Girl Scouts featured in the film before screening the documentary. You never know who might show up for these screenings of Cookie Queen's film. Namus post on her Instagram stories sharing a group of shots at sunset. Oh wow, they took those photos at sunset. That is very cool. How about that? Oh, I see this. Okay. Nice. Very nice. She does have an Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, I'm going to follow her right now. But yes, Alyssa Namus is on Instagram. That's what I just took a peek at. Okay. All right. And a selfie. A selfie for the group. Meghan and her husband, Prince Harry, served as executive producers on the film, which follows a group of Girl Scouts through the competitive whirlwind of their annual cookie selling season. Meghan's own history with the Girl Scouts, where her mom, Doria Ragland, served as a troop leader, inspired her to get involved with Cookie Queens, which premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in January and is set to hit the theaters on August the 7th. Save the date. Please save the date. Oh, and by the way, just in case you missed it, yesterday, let me show you Megan's Girl Scout pictures. They are so cute. I don't mind looking at them again. Ah, there we go. There's Doria, scout leader, and there's Megan to the right side. Our right, not Doria's right, to our right side. You can see Megan sharing her mom with the Girl Scouts of America. I think that was very generous. I love these photos. I love these photos. Don't you? What is there not to adore about those photos? Hey, mister, will you buy some of our Girl Scout cookies? Aw, look at there, the Snaggletooth Mafia. It is the Snaggletooth Mafia with their little Snaggletooth. Little... Anyway, that's adorable. They're at that age when the tooth fairy takes away their tooth and leaves them a silver dollar if they're lucky. Okay, now let's get back over here. What else do we have? Oh, okay. So that was it for, well, you know what? Let's go back for just a moment. If you don't mind, let's go back for a moment. We'll go here. All right. Each of the girls set their own goals for how many boxes of cookies to sell, facing challenges and successes along the way. An official synopsis states a celebration of girlhood and its complexities. Cookie Queens is a coming of age story that explores the joys, pressures, and tensions woven into one of America's most cherished rituals, Girl Scouts of the United States of America cookie season. Can I get a thin mint? I mean, can I get a witness? Can I get an amen? That's what I meant. An amen, not a thin mint. Why did I say thin mint? Can I get a thin mint? Can I get an amen? Okay, that does sound similar, right? Yes, hallelujah. Can I get a thin mint? Can I get a Samoa? Is it Samosa? Samosa? Samoa? What do they call that cookie with the coconut? Samoa. Okay. Adorable. Okay, let's take a look at Meghan one more time. Look at that. Look, look, look. So cute. Adorable. Anyway, you can find that article in People magazine. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, makes surprise visit to California Girl Scout camp for Cookie Queens screening. Oh, you guys, you know what? Wouldn't it be interesting if Meghan appeared on one of the morning talk shows, right? One of those morning talk shows? Wouldn't that be interesting? I mean, after all, um, we have what, a week before the movie premieres? So I think we're going to see more of the Duchess of Sussex between now and August the 7th. Mark it down. Mark it down. Remember, you heard it here first. We are going to see more of our Duchess. Oh, look at those boxes compared to the ones today. They do look a little dull, though, right? They look a bit dull. Oh, adorable. Just think those people coming out of the shop, encountering those kids selling cookies. How could they know that that one kid with that big, bright, sparkling smile, how could they know that that would be the future Duchess of Sussex? And actually, Meghan is the first Duchess of Sussex ever. There has never been a Duchess of Sussex. Because remember, the first Duke of Sussex wed without permission, and therefore the wedding was annulled, and his wife was not allowed to use the title the Duchess of Sussex. So there has never been a Duchess of Sussex. Meghan is the first one ever. The first one ever. Okay, let me get back over here. Well, one of my favorite friends of the Duchess of Sussex is Kelly uh, McGee Zyphon. Kelly McGee Zyphon. Now, I saw this earlier and I'm like, oh, wow. They got the wooden boxes with the matches, the blackberry spread, and a candle. Now, I promised myself that I wasn't going to buy anything unnecessary, um, but I wanted that box. And thanks to this one of the squatties, I now have one of those beautiful boxes. Thank you so much. I love it. I keep it right where everyone can see it. Um, okay, so there's that. And then, of course, there's the matches. I wanted some of those matches. Now, I actually wrote to As Ever, and unfortunately, they could not accommodate me. Um, I mean, which is okay. They do not have them set at a retail price. But I did try. I wrote them a letter, and they were just like, "Yeah, we don't do that." No, it was a very polite, well written turn down. But then I started looking further and further. Guess what? I think those are chocolates. I don't even think those are the matches. I think that's the chocolates. I am pretty sure that that is the chocolates. Yeah, I think that. Mm, let me see. Let me zoom into that. I don't know. I'm starting to doubt myself. Uh yeah, I believe it's the chocolates. I can barely make out the print, but I do believe that that is the chocolates, the chocolate. And so, anyway, I guess what I was trying to say is when I saw this, I couldn't remember where I saw it. And so I actually went on the website, went to the As Ever site, and I just kept going back and forth through the menu. I'm like, I know I saw the matches candle and blackberry spread somewhere with the wooden box. Well, I didn't see it on their site because it wasn't available. That is a gift box that Meghan sent to her friend. So if you see that, that's why I'm telling you this. If you see it, do not punish yourself looking for it because it's not available. Unless you are one of Meghan's good girlfriends, it is not possible. And also, Meghan has gifted some of her products to other people using the box. Beautiful boxes. Smells really, really great too. I don't know if it's cedar or not, but it smells so good. Maybe it's pine. But it smells great. Um, Let me try one more time. Cannot make out that print. Now I see. Oh, you know what? Those are matches. It says Alumetes signature. Oh, it's got to be matches. It's got to be. Is that French? What does that mean? I think it means illuminate, right? Alluma. Let me translate that. Yeah, that means matches. It is pronounced allumette, allumette, allumette. Allumette means matches. Oh, I want those matches. Anyway, that is the matches. I could see it. I enlarged the photo, and that's exactly what it is. See, this is what I was planning to do. My goal was to receive my box of matches, right? And I was going to put on my white go-go boots and my mini, and then I was going to strut around the house singing Nancy Sinatra. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who hasn't done that? But I cannot sing "These Boots Were Made for Walking" if I don't have all of the props that I need. And so, in order to make that song make sense, I have the blonde fall with the headband. I have the halter top, and I also have the mini skirt and the white boots, but I don't have the box of matches. So how am I going to sing that song if I don't have all the material? Do you understand the problem I have? I don't think you guys are paying me any attention. Let me try this one more time. These boots were made for walking. Nancy Sinatra, 1966. If I'm going to do the song properly, I need everything. So I have the blonde hair with the headband. I have the tight top and the mini skirt. I even have the white boots, but I don't have any matches. So I tell you what, if someone can get those matches to me, I am going to cross my fingers and promise. I'm going to cross my fingers, which means it's not official, but I'm going to cross my fingers and I am going to do that song for your benefit. But I need all of the props. Okay? You keep saying that you've got something for me, something you call love, but confess you've been messing where you shouldn't been messing. And now someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what I'll do. And one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Right? Okay, let me get to my favorite part. You keep playing where you shouldn't be playing. You keep thinking that you'll never get burned. Ah! I just found me a brand new box of matches. Yeah! And what I know is ain't had time to learn. These boots were made for walking, and that's just what I'll do. And one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Boom, 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 boom. Are you ready, boots? Start walking. And then that's when I started doing the swim. But I can't do any of those things if I don't have a box of matches. Do you understand how important this is? When I say that I just bought me a brand new box of matches, I need credibility. I don't have the credibility if I don't have the box of matches. Duh. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to wait for another response from as ever. Maybe they didn't understand the gravity of the situation, but I'm sure with a careful review from someone in upper management, they will um, they will be able to accommodate me. But until then, I'm going to keep all those other things on standby until such time. Okay? Okay. All right. Let's get on to something else. Let's see. I have my parents' album, including Nancy Sinatra. I know she is highly underrated as a talent. She was a great performer, and I think the music industry just really didn't understand what she was trying to do. Um, that pyromaniac princess, Nancy Sinatra, is one of the most misunderstood um, song stylists of our time. So, but if you're listening, Nancy Sinatra, not only do I get it, I do get you, and I also We'll dress up just like you when I get my box of matches. Yeah. I just got me a brand new box of matches. Yeah. Okay. So, I can see that everything is out of order right now because this is not supposed to be there. How do I keep doing that? How do I keep doing this? This is supposed to be further up the chain. Anyway, since I'm here, the Meghan effect again. It is the Meghan effect. And that is that outfit that she was wearing has already sold out. So the Gia T, the what is it? The Brochu Walker. Anyway, all that's sold out. Okay, it is gone, gone, gone. So if you've been pining for it, maybe you can order in advance. Oh, what am I, 3 years old? But I think you have a point. I probably am a bit fatigued and I need to get some rest. Wouldn't hurt at all. Yeah, my sleep is all over the place. Really? Oh, that sounds lovely. Wow. I bet you've never heard the song sound as, shall we say, artistic until you heard me sing it. You're welcome. But yes, thank you so much for sharing that. And all right, so why do I feel like I'm having deja vu? Oh, I did put that twice, didn't I? Oh my goodness. You guys, I guess I do need some sleep. Why do I have this twice? Anyway, first look at Megan's Blackberry Goodness. My morning just got better. And that is from Kelly Zyphon. Now, I used to say Zyphon, but Megan says Zyphon. So I'm going to say Zyphon. Kelly McGee Zyphon. Okay. And looking back on their friendship, their sisterhood, they have been very, very close. I love seeing those pictures of Megan with her girlfriends because you can see that there's a genuine love and affection there. Is that what I'm doing? Okay, I'm going to keep manifesting. And since we're on the topic, I am trying to manifest this gorgeous, gorgeous high rise apartment near Navy Pier. I don't know how I'm going to get that broad out of that apartment. It's going to be real tough, but um, she's going to have to go. It has everything I want. A balcony. It's on like the 42nd or 44th floor. There is a park nearby, the Navy Pier. You can see the fireworks. I got to get this girl out of this apartment. I don't know how to do it. Oh, I can know how I can do it. You know how I'm going to get her out of there? That's how I'm going to get her out of there. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, if you take a look to the bottom right or to the bottom left, that's how I'm going to get her out of that apartment. And then once we restore it, then I'll move in. But we'll hope and pray that it doesn't come to that. But I want that apartment is the corner unit. You ought to see the light is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. So I don't know. I've never had a restraining order, but if that's what it takes to get that place, we'll see how it goes. but she's got to leave that apartment. I want it so bad. What were we talking about? I'm sitting up here daydreaming about that place again. Oh, here's another few images of Meghan and Kelly. You never see this with that left behind princess ever. She doesn't have this. She just does not have this. Um, and of course, one of the reasons why I got to know some things about Kelly is because of her alliance from Mom. She is the Alliance of Mom founder. Kelly McGee opens up about loss of son Georgie, 9 years old, after a sudden illness. Well, she wrote about it in the People magazine and shared her story with the world. Oh, that just breaks my heart that that happened, and I believe it happened during the global pandemic. I think he had a pre-existing condition, and I don't know if that's what contributed. But I love this photo so much because this is such a universal image. This almost seems like something Norman Rockwell would paint. You have the mom who is absolutely giving her son all the attention that he could possibly ever want. And you can see the look on his face like, Mom, you are embarrassing me. He's got his suit on. He's like a miniature adult. And there's Mom. I promise you, when I used to do customer service, I saw a situation just like this. And the kid, his name was Cooper. I'll never forget him. And she started helping him with his tie and his belt. And he's like, Mom, you know you're embarrassing me, right? You do know you're embarrassing me. And the way he said it, he sounded like an adult. You know, the cadence, the whole pitch and tone was very adult like. I had to do a double take. And when she saw me laughing, she said, no, I asked her, I said, if he is he like this all the time? She's like, every day, every day. And he couldn't have been older than Georgie here. So I know that look anytime I see it. That is the big boy who wants Mom to let him be. Very sweet photo. Love that. And then this is the Alliance for Mom. If I recall, what is it they do? Let me see here. I got it somewhere. At least I looked at it earlier, didn't I? Oh, there it is right there. It says the Alliance for Moms, officially part of the Alliance of Moms and an auxiliary group of the Alliance for Children's Rights, is a Los Angeles based membership nonprofit founded in 2014. Its mission is to support pregnant and parenting teens in the foster care system to break intergenerational cycles of trauma and child welfare involvement. So, um, well, they got a lot of work ahead of them. But so that is what Kelly is the founder of. And I believe they do some very, very good work. You can see some photos here from the group. And of course, every year they get a new t shirt. So this year, around Mother's Day, is when I believe the t shirts come out before Mother's Day. You can see Meghan is wearing one of those mama t shirts. And then on the bottom right, that is Meghan, Kelly, and oh, what's her name from Megan's friend? What is her name? Oh gosh, I can't believe I can't remember her name. Mm, anyway, that's her. And the shirt says "Love like a mother." I guess you can take that both ways, right? Abigail Spencer. Thank you so much. How could I forget that? Abigail Spencer. That's who that is. Abigail Spencer. And look, take a look at the other shirt there on the right. Community motherhood. Community motherhood. I'm going to say the one on the right side is my favorite shirt there. No, actually, the love like a mother. I think that one is pretty cool. But yeah, so every year, Meghan at some point takes a picture with one of those shirts. So next time you see one of those t-shirts, if you're interested in it, just make sure you go to the Alliance for Moms. And anyway, I always announce it, so I won't let you forget. Okay, so there you have it. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you noticed it, but take a look here. You can see that she's holding her new baby, her newborn. There, she has the thing on front there, whatever those carrying seats thingies are. But yeah, she's wearing it right there. So that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Thank goodness the baby is doing very well. And yeah, I'm very happy for her. She's been through a tough time, but I am very, very happy for her. Okay, Commonwealth Games Glasgow 2026. Did you guys know that the Commonwealth Games are going on? Well, according to Zandy Sussex, Zandy says, rest in peace, Commonwealth Games. The games have been running for over a week now, and absolutely nobody cares or is interested. I'm so glad Victoria ditched this absolute waste of taxpayer money. So there you go. There is Commonwealth Games, and the only thing that there isn't is people interested in seeing it. Okay. Oh, check this out. Check this out. It says here, let me see. MasterChef Australia's Casper reveals what Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, was really like on set. Now, I did not check out the article myself, but it says here weeks ahead of her guest judge appearance on MasterChef, Meghan was at the center of tabloid rumors about supposed on-set tensions and a feud with Judge Pu-Ling Yao. But in an interview with Chatter, recent MasterChef eliminee, I didn't know that's what they call a person who's been eliminated, eliminee, Casper dispelled all the gossip, saying the Duchess was really nice and knew what she was talking about. Yes, yes. She was really nice and she knew what she was talking about. It says here, oh, wait, you guys can't see that. Let me do that. There you go. She loves cooking and she is a fan of the show. When she was giving feedback, it was very articulate and well considered. We all thought it was a pretty great guest judge. And I think that's been echoed in the feelings from viewers. It's been a very well received episode. And then also it says here, Casper continued saying, you see everything that's been written about her online and is pretty horrible sort of stuff. It was really nice to get to see the real her. She proved to everyone that she's not the person that all the British tabloids say she is. Oh, I love that. Very honest and very thoughtful. And for that, he gets this. Well done, you, sir. Well done, you. All right. Now, I am going to give you all the link for this article. It's way too big for me to cover, although I'm going to take a good look at it again and I may speak about it another day. But this article says Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, 53 best outfits from working royal to stylish California mom. Huh? Huh? From working royal to stylish California mom, 53 of her best outfits. So that is the link to the article. I am going to pin that link to the chat. Also, something I don't say often enough. You guys, if you do not have a membership, please do make sure you have a membership. It is as low as $4.99 for the lowest price membership. That's a price of a cup of coffee once a month. Also, do like, share, and subscribe. As you know, the format has changed for a lot of people. The short form videos is the direction that YouTube is going. There are some things about it that I do not care for at all. But let me make this very clear. It has been a real privilege to have a platform on YouTube. And I'm not saying that because anybody's listening, because they're not. I'm just a statistic. However, um, things have changed. And when I look at some of the documentaries, the entire documentary is all AI. The photos, the voices, everything. And that bugs me like you could not believe. You just don't understand. When I see pictures that are supposed to be New York and I see pictures of Greater London, I don't like it. When I see pictures of Chicago and it looks like Brooklyn, New York, I don't like it. But that's the direction that they've gone. And so it makes me appreciate that much more all of the individuals who actually use their own voices, not AI, who actually search out the images rather than using something that has been created by a program. And the fact that they actually have done everything, the script, the entire production, or someone on their team has actually put it together. But nowadays, it looks very different, which makes what I'm doing right now that much more important because it's the difference between a human being and a program. So I am very appreciative. And if you do appreciate that, do consider supporting the channel. There's also Cash App, PayPal, there's Buy Me a Coffee. I don't do memberships with Buy Me a Coffee. I think it's a little bit too much of a hassle. I'd rather the memberships stay on YouTube because that way you get recognition as a member. If it's over on another platform, then nobody knows that you're actually a member. So I don't even have memberships available on Buy Me a Coffee, but it is a way to support my work. Okay. So think about that. And as you guys know, I never make this about myself. Think about that for all the constant content creators because it's a new day. And there are some people who are just creating AI videos, and there's not a lot of thought that goes into it. Um, it just it's a cash cow. If you have enough viewers, it is definitely a cash cow with very little work, and I don't think I could do that. I do like to make the pre-recorded videos. Don't get me wrong, but I also prefer my lives. It's just more connected. Okay. Anyway, thank you for listening to my customer service announcement. Now, Thomas Marco Jr. Bum 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 reveals he cut the cord with father after years of emotional strain. There, then immediately returned that is to attacking Meghan. How come that doesn't surprise me? He became estranged from his father because, well, his father probably cut him off financially, allegedly. But the attacks on Meghan, very predictable because it's just like Willie Sutton. When they asked Willie Sutton, why do you rob banks? He said, because that's where the money is. So he's like a Willie Sutton. He will go wherever the money is. And so the attacks on Meghan, that takes him exactly where he wants to go. Now, according to Feminegra, Thomas Marco Jr. has returned to YouTube after an extended absence and revealed a serious falling out with his father, Thomas Marco Sr., whom he had helped care for following years of health problems. The pair had been living in the Philippines when Thomas Sr. underwent an emergency below the knee amputation in December of 2025 after a blood clot cut off his circulation to his left foot. Hmm. And that had no effect on his mouth, huh? Because he's always got his foot in his mouth. So I kind of, maybe that's where the blood clot came from. Maybe he was biting down on his foot. Anyway, I digress. It broke my spirits. It just never ends, he said. So I had to end it. Thomas Markle Jr. claimed his father insulted and blamed him while recovering in the hospital and failed to appreciate the support he had provided. He said the strain had damaged his mental and physical well being. Well, you guys have seen Thomas Markle Jr. before, right? If that's not a broken individual, I don't know who is. Oh, he looks broken. Broken, beat down, disheveled, um, woe out. Huh? If that don't look like something that has a broken spirit, um, I don't know what does. I mean, that is one of the most pitiful looking human beings I've ever seen. An absolute beast of a man. I believe that Maggie Smith said it best in the movie Sister Act. That is a conspicuous individual designed to stick out. So, yes, he is a very conspicuous individual designed to stick out. There's no hiding that sloppy mess. Oh, you couldn't hide him if you, I mean, you couldn't hide him behind a Mack truck. You just couldn't hide him. He's very conspicuous. Yeah. Yeah. A monster. Anyway, I pity the fool that has to roll over in bed and face that in the morning or cozy up next to that at night. Yuck. Okay. Okay, so it says here he said the strain and the damage to his mental and physical well being, and that he needed to cut the cord, step back from the relationship, and rebuild his own life. Later in the broadcast, however, he returned to attacking Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and Prince Harry. He mocked Harry's security dispute, ridiculed Meghan's media coverage and television work, and complained that she did not know her place. He also repeated baseless conspiracy theories about Meghan's pregnancy and children and encouraged Harry to leave her and return to Britain. Are you mad? Wow. Just wow. Return to Britain? For what? Well, one of the squatties said broke his spirit, very reminiscent of "You broke my heart into a million pieces." Huh. Sounds like he's quoting Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, doesn't it? Sounds just like he's quoting his sister. That's what it sounds like. Meghan said that her father broke her heart into a million pieces. And enter the buffoon. Enters the buffoon with his own version of the exact same thing. Oh. Thomas Markle Jr. just vindicated Meghan's decision to walk away. Thomas Markle Jr. remarks expose a contradiction that Meghan critics can no longer ignore. He says his father's behavior became so damaging that he had to step away to protect his mental health and physical health. He described years of blame, emotional strain, and repeated outbursts that eventually broke his spirits. I'm telling you, this man was broken before he even got to the Philippines. That explanation closely mirrors the boundaries Meghan was condemned for setting. Thomas Jr. now asks for understanding after reaching the same conclusion himself. The difference is that Meghan did not launch the years-long public campaign that her relatives directed at her through interviews, videos, and tabloid coverage. The reaction from some of his own viewers is also revealing. Several warned him that he had handed Meghan vindication. He thought preserving the family preferred narrative matters more than whether his account was true. His later return to mocking Meghan and Harry does not erase what he's admitted. He portrayed his father as someone who blamed those closest to him, ignored advice, and caused serious mental and emotional harm. Meghan did not need his testimonial to justify her boundaries, but he may have answered the question her critics have asked for years: why she chose to walk away. Thank you, Feminegra. Now, you know what? Let me see. What do I have here? Yeah, I got a soundbite coming up. This one is very short. I will play it twice. Don't forget to hit the like button. You know what I have not said in a long time? Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. You send me someone who really loves me.
You enjoy a little bit too much, constantly criticizing Harry and Meghan when they don't even live here anymore? Well, why are you polling this? They're not up for election. Do we need an opinion poll on Meghan Markle's popularity? Is this just another way of having a dig at that there are some people in this country who enjoy a little bit too much constantly criticising Harry and Meghan when they don't even live here anymore? Well, why are you polling this? They're not up for election. Do we need an opinion poll on Meghan Markle's popularity? Is this just another way of having a dig at that there are some people in this country who enjoy a little bit too much constantly criticising Harry and Meghan when they don't even live here anymore? Well, why?
I love that. I have listened to that over and over and over again. Let me see here. I think I have something for her. I do. I want to make sure she gets exactly what she's got coming. Ooh. Okay. Now, time for something petty and unnecessary. Hey, Grok, that's what they call the AI on Twitter. Hey, Grok, be honest. If you were a girl, which male body type would you find the most attractive? I repeat, which male body type would you find most attractive? Now, remember, you're an AI program. Anybody? Is it, a matter of fact, you can choose more than one, starting with the one that you desire the most. Would it be subject A, subject B, subject C, or subject D? Now, I'm going to say C is definitely a dad bod, and A seems very skinny. That seems very Milan Fashion Week. What's that? Felton LaShawn says D. Okay. Okay. I will show you the answer once I get a few of your responses. Anyone else? Take your time. Pick your jaw up off the floor. No fawning. Take your time. B. Gwen Daniels says B. Oh, Gwen? The dad bod, huh? Oh, no, actually, that's not dad. That is, I'm going to say that is, okay, dad is C. So B, definitely not a dad. Well, you know what? Nowadays, that could be a dad bod. I'm thinking A seems very collegiate. Yeah, very collegiate. Heather Stroud says D and C. So D first and then C. Okay. Okay. Want a little security around the house. I get you. Because C is definitely C and B. If you were to hire someone to protect you, you would want it to be either of those two. Let's see. Black Lily says B. Bonnie Mighty says B. Hey, Cookies and Cream. Thank you for joining us. Gwen Daniels, you said B, right? Okay. Okay. Belize there says C. Gwen Daniels says D looks kind of weird. D looks kind of weird. Well, I tell you, D is definitely sculpted. Sandra says, I need to see the whole package. Too bad Church Nelly ain't here. Let me see here. Okay. Ella Parker says D and B. Let me see. D and B. Okay. Okay. So everybody thinks A is a little bit too skinny, huh? A needs a ham sandwich really bad, doesn't he? Somebody get that kid a ham sandwich. A kind of needs somebody to invite him over on lasagna night. He needs a pan of lasagna to himself. Let me see. D looks like he has 2 bodies. Wow. Okay. Black Lily says something about D is throwing me off too. Torso is oddly long. Okay. You know what I think makes his torso look so long is I guess it's the way he's wearing his outfit. You know, they like to show off those the you know, the V shape there. A looks like A looks like he needs to get through puberty. Oh my god, that is so funny. D looks like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. Okay. So you guys think his torso is too long? Okay. Well, I'm going to show you what Grok says. Grok says, let's see. All right. All right. So Grok says the V taper, broad shoulders, and carved abs wins hands down. A is a strong second for the clean, athletic look. B and C missed the mark for me. Hypothetically, of course, what's yours? So hypothetically, what is yours? Let me see. Shelly L. Okay, Shelly, make it rain. Make it rain. As a matter of fact, if you guys are enjoying this portion of Royal Sussex, make it rain. That's how you show your appreciation. Make it rain. But let's see. Shelly L says B works. C looks like he wears leather. Woo! Not a leather daddy. Are you calling C a leather daddy? B definitely looks like he ain't taking no mess. Okay. D kind of seems like he would be a little bit too into himself. But B definitely looks like he ain't taking no mess. And C looks like, watch this, hold my beer. And then next thing you know, he's in the emergency room somewhere, right? He's at the ER. C looks like, duh, watch this, hold my beer. C looks like he has colic. Oh, you all are not right. You all are not right. A looks like a reverse extraterrestrial. Anyway, thank you, Shelly L, for the super chat. Let me see here. B looks like a real person. Yeah, he does. And C looks like he has colic. Okay. Well, anyway, Grok. Oh, there's, you know what? I forgot to show that to you. There it is on the upper left there. Oh, yeah, I did show it to you. So let's look at some of these other responses. Royal something says Grok would honestly pick the lean athletic build as most attractive. Paranormal, I think is what that name is, says it's all about the genetic lottery and how you train your body. Well, you know what? That is why I use the where is it at? That is why I use the gene. You see there the DNA ladder there. It's all in the DNA, isn't it? That's why I use that picture. As a matter of fact, the background is the DNA sequence. Okay. A reversed extraterrestrial. Let's see here. Voyager says D, of course. The other person here says tall and strong build. They didn't leave a letter. And whatever that is, Fawaz says Grok even knows D is the best. Feel sorry for B and C types. Wow. Well, I believe C looks like let me see. C definitely looks like he needs to get his cholesterol checked. And actually, C and B both seem like they need to check their cholesterol. Myers says Grok wishes itself the best. Perfect in both length and strength. Okay. Let's see. Whoever that is says the gym man, whatever that means. D, of course. B is my dream build. Okay. That's what nothing says there. And then molecule says perfect body, but it doesn't say which letter. And my info Adrian says D. Jordan, finally, somebody says A is good. Amelia Smith says number 1. I guess that's also A. And Ronald B. Yeah, Ronald says B. And Ari says A. A for Ari. Okay. Now you see there, A has his fans. But you know what? A and D, they both have that kind of build that, you know how when they flex and they turn sideways and it looks like their waist is only, 20 inches wide? That definitely, those are the kind of bodies where when they do that turn and flex, they look like they've almost disappeared. Oh, well. Well, that was a fun exercise, you guys. Thank you for your participation. That came out of nowhere, didn't it? I told you guys, if I find something interesting, I'm going to share it. Let's see. Cast announcement. Women Like Us. Are you guys ready for this? Whoopi Goldberg, Jennifer Lewis, Vanessa Williams, Vivica Fox, and is that Tasha Smith is the director? Yeah, Tasha Smith is the director. So it looks like they have this curious quartet of women, and the movie is going to be directed by a woman. So this is going to be a movie featuring Whoopi Goldberg, Jennifer Lewis, Vanessa Williams, and Vivica Fox. You just can't miss with this cast. Tasha Smith is set to direct a new original comedy starring Whoopi Goldberg, Jennifer Lewis, Vanessa Williams, and Vivica A. Fox. Women Like Us follows a recently widowed woman whose lifelong best friends and sister whisk her away to the Hamptons on what should have been her 30th wedding anniversary. What starts as a getaway becomes a heartfelt journey through grief, friendship, love, and the reminder that it's never too late to chase the dreams you want. The screenplay comes from Ollie Kinney with writing from Tracy Oliver. The film is produced by Macro Film and Higher Ground, with Michelle Obama serving as an executive producer. Wow. You guys, that is going to be a good movie. As a matter of fact, that is going to be a great movie. There are not enough movies out there that are written, directed, and also performed by women of a certain age group, women that are grandmas, right? There are just not enough movies like that. So there you can see what probably adds up to, oh, I don't know, about 300 years of wisdom. 300 years of wisdom amongst the four of them, or more than that if you include the director. So that is going to be a pretty awesome movie, and you guys should look forward to seeing it. Oh, let's see. I used to exclusively date football players, and they were mostly built like B. Okay. I know. I know. That's going to be a good movie. Yeah. Well, you guys, you're going to be very much represented, I'm sure. You know, Barbara Streisand said a long time ago when she made the movie, um, what was it? The mirror has, what is that? Mirror has two faces or whatever. Um, people were like, oh, there's not enough movies with older women in mind. Well, Barbara Streisand said, that's exactly why I made that movie. But she said it just did not get the support that she was hoping. And that's why it's important to support these projects, because then Hollywood does not have an excuse to not produce these films. Well, with Michelle Obama as one of the executive producers, I think that is going to help a whole lot. So, yes, this is going to be really, really cool. Yeah, Vivica Fox looks great. She does. She looks really great. Now, um, Prince Albert of Monaco joins Prince William the Terrible in calling for environmental change amid European fires. Really? Really? In a statement, Prince Albert said protecting our environment is an emergency that must bring us all together. Okay, I'm going to say yes, we need to protect the environment. But these are not the most credible people when it comes to protection. These are two individuals that constantly fly their private jets, their carbon emissions producing private jets. The best efficiency is to fly, at the very least, in the first class of a commercial airliner, not all these private jets. So William, he's the real hypocrite. Prince Albert, I don't know what his contribution is, but I guess he's one of those environmental royals. And listen, more power to him. But I just cannot stand the fact that they are constantly targeting the Sussexes with criticism when they, to the best of my knowledge, have never said, oh, you shouldn't fly in your plane. You shouldn't own a car. I've never heard them say anything like that, but yet they constantly complain that they're hypocrites. And especially Meghan. When have you heard Meghan say something about the environment? Ever? I can't find it. William needs to stop letting Kate die. Oh my God. You are on a roll tonight. You're on a roll tonight, young lady. But yes, it does look like Kate's been it looks like Kate's been accepting the challenge to dye William's hair. And it ain't looking good, is it? But then again, if William had any sense, if he looks at the state of her hair, that should be enough to have him call in a professional. You certainly don't want her picking on what's left of his head. Oh well. Prince William, helicopter flights, private jets, multiple homes, multiple huge homes, and a personal train. A climate change hypocrite. A real climate change hypocrite. An absolute hypocrite. And right here, one of our favorite squatties created this climate lecturer in chief. Yes, a climate lecturer in chief. Did you film that video reel? Now, when is my next flight? Do as I say, not as I do. More talk, no action. William the hypocrite. Private jets, private helicopters, empty planes for PR stunts, lectures for the peasants, and of course, climate warrior. Nah. And if you take a look here, here's what Prince William really said about the war in Ukraine and how it's became a controversy. Read a book about your own family, dude. Now, Jake Tapper, among others, criticized Prince William when he said that thing about the war in Ukraine. He's like, "Oh, you don't think about something like that happening in Europe. You only think of Africa and Asia." Well, a lot of people were highly insulted by that comment because you don't utter those kind of words when you and your country or any other state in Europe went through not one world war, but two world wars. And if you know anything about history, then where is the surprise? How could you be surprised that something like that happens in Europe? He said, "Oh, you don't imagine anything like this happening in Europe." That's what he told the people at the Ukrainian Cultural Center. And of course, that image above on the left side, well, you probably recognize that because I have shown that video on several occasions when he suffered from foot and mouth disease. Yes, William with his foot and mouth disease. Ready for it? Here goes.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it does more than.
Well,
if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
One more time.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it does more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
What a lousy response. We can only give you a little smile here and there. We can't do anything meaningful. We can only give you a little smile here and there. And look at Kate, loyal Kate at his side, not saying a word, not saying one flipping word. Well, we can give you a little smile here and there. William seems like he has a plane to catch, right?
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's lots more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
I mean, where's he got? Does he have a plane to catch? Why is he talking so fast? I mean, it's like he cannot wait to get out of there. And poor Kate, does she even know what's going on? Is she even following the conversation? Is she aware that there has been conflict in Ukraine? That the Russians mounted an invasion? Does she have a clue? What is going on? What is happening beneath all of those hair extensions, clips and tapes and screws and nuts and bolts? What is going on there? Not much, unfortunately. And that's the problem. There's not much of anything going on there. She's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. That goes for both of them, actually. Remember, they say if you cobbled the two of them together, it wouldn't add up to a single personality. Willie folds him into himself, fainted when Harry donated £1 million. Yeah, I can see why they're both jealous. They are two of the most useless individuals. What can anyone do with William's smile with them butter teeth? Okay, let me get rid of that. Now, you guys, I do apologize in advance for this, but he went there. He went there. Brace yourself. Brace yourself. That's all I can say. Again, I do apologize in advance.
That I've been broadcasting, you will not find any critique of these little creatures. But here are my thoughts about this. You don't choose your parents. So for the hundreds of hours that I've been broadcasting, you will not find any critique of these little creatures.
Do I even have to tell you who he's referring to? You don't get to choose your parents, right? And in the hundreds of hours of broadcasting, let me do that one more time.
But here are my thoughts about this. You don't choose your parents. So for the hundreds of hours that I've been broadcasting, you will not find any critique of these little creatures.
He went there. One of the squaddies said, "What the F did you refer to them as? Choose your words advisedly. You've already shared your dangerous thoughts regarding the future. You've dreamed up for them, framing them negatively. Children are off limits. Children are off limits." That's Mark Dolan, by the way. Mark Dolan Let me see. English presenter and comedian. He's 52 years old. He was born in March of 1974. Daily Express. He's on X. Dolan believes the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will set up a rival court in the UK. Yeah, he's trying desperately to make a name for himself. His IMDb. Let me see. Well, there's not much to it. Transformers: The Dark Side of the Moon. 35 millimeter special. I think he probably did a voice. Oh, he was a writer, it says. Balls of Steel, writer. Richard Taylor's interviews. Look like he's been a writer there. That's his IMDb. 6 foot 4.5 inches. Camden, London, United Kingdom. Yeah, he went there. He went there. Shelly L says, well, the next time he decides to bring then a psychopath learning how to smile, he needs to stay the hell at home. What the hell? Thank you very much for the super chat. And that was in regards to William, who has a degree in, what is it? Geography, which, correct me if I'm wrong, that does involve a great deal of history, doesn't it? I think so. Obviously, he missed a few days. Because he needs to be called out. Because you do not involve kids. Clickbait or not, that was going way too far. And he needs to be exposed and he needs to be called out. Because if he is not dealt with now, then that is only going to embolden him to do it again. Something like this, I believe, is a national embarrassment. Just like with the comments that guy made about comparing Archie to a chimpanzee. Some of these things, you don't just let them fester. You cannot afford to let them fester. Dehumanizing anybody can lead to violence. And it is very important that people that are in positions of authority, and in this case, someone who was a television presenter, there should never be anything normal or routine about this. It is attention-seeking behavior, but it also involves children, and he needs to be addressed. He needs to have this addressed, not for his clicks and views. I am willing to wager that there are plenty people that are royalists. There are plenty people who are monarchists that would not involve anybody's children, let alone Harry and Meghan's. So yeah, I respectfully disagree. It's not giving him what he wants. It's giving him a piece of my mind. And I believe more people, not just myself, should do the same. Because this is not normal. This is not normal. He's gone all that time and hasn't said anything about those kids. Now, if nobody responds to this, then the next person. The kids are already being dehumanized enough by these content creators. But this is someone from the mainstream. Even if he's not working on television right now, there are still a lot of people who know him from television. And I guarantee you, this is not going to be the last that you hear of this. There's going to be the Ofcom complaint, which, of course, we know is pretty toothless, but still, it's not right. It is not right. Okay, I'm looking at some of your comments here. Oh, he's a washed out comedian. Okay, thank you for that. You know, Heather Stroud, and maybe that's what the point is. Maybe that's what the point is. Maybe because of the way the Wales children have been booed, even if it wasn't directly. Maybe it was that lack of deference to the Wales children. My cynical mind says this: are they trying to stoke hostility against children, the Sussex children, so that people will feel more, I don't know, I'm not even sure how I'm trying to say this, but that it would somehow elevate the stature of the Wales children, because they've been throwing the Wales kids out there a lot. And so far, it doesn't seem to create the viral moment. And maybe, just maybe, this thing that he said was because of all of the positive feedback that came from the Sussex's visit to Althorpe. Because remember, there's been very lukewarm reception to the Wells's kids, even at the Wimbledon. It seemed to be a matter of routine. People were not excited. But Meghan puts a few images out from their vacation. And so I can't say for certain that this person was recruited to try and tear them down in some kind of way. But until I know better, I'm going to make all kind of assumptions about this. But this needs to be addressed. And you guys that doubt me, do you guys remember when I got upset about the dictator in heels? And some of you all said, "Oh, Baron, this and that, and such and such and such and such." Did the Sussexes PR people, did they not go and deal with that? Some of you all thought it was just, oh, it's just clickbait. I said, no, this is way more serious than that. And you cannot let this fester. Did I not say that? Did I not say that? Now, the response from the Sussex team was vigorous. And I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing doesn't happen with this. You don't dismiss and ignore something like this. When the press started in on Chelsea Clinton, the Clintons called them out. You can mess with me, but do not mess with my children. So you don't ever ignore those kind of things. Right, Heather Stroud, a targeted comment. It seems targeted. I don't like it. I don't like it. I believe that it needs to be dealt with. Yes, they feel threatened by the Sussex kids. Right, right, absolutely. What you say about the parents, um, that's one thing. But you don't go after the kids. Well, you know what? This is very fresh. So let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. Yeah, let's see where this goes. I don't like it. I do not like it. Now, I'm going to show you something. This might be a little triggering for some people. This has nothing to do with the Sussex children, but at the same time, it's in that same vein. And this is why I am saying to you that to just ignore these things may not be helpful. It may be the wrong thing to do. I wasn't even going to show this tonight. That's why I don't have the slide ready, but I'm going to share it with you. I think it will help explain where I'm coming from. But this needs to stop before it gets started. If he gets away with this, which of course he's not going to go to jail or something like that, but you got to take the incentive out of the comment. And there will be right-minded people that will join in the chorus of criticism. People that he thinks are allies will likely call him out. Oh, okay, I'm looking in the wrong place. Give me just a second, you guys. Trust me, this is going to be very worth it. Do not go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. Give me just a second, you guys. This is going to be very worth it. And once you see it, you will understand much better why I say this is not good. And I want you guys to know, I'm going to say in my own defense, there's a lot of things that I'm not the first one to talk about it. I'm usually the last person to talk about it. If it's something that is jarring, something that takes your breath away, I'm not in a hurry to share those things with you, because it would be irresponsible to just put stuff like that out there. Now, that is, I think her name is Nala. She is a fashion model and a content creator. She is a influencer. She's from Germany, and she married another model. His name is Lucky something Smith. And they are one of the most beautiful couples you've ever seen in life. Okay, so I got that. Let me get this going for you. Sorry, I was not prepared to share this tonight. WE. Okay. Oh boy.
The more traction my social media got, the more people came to my page, the more people like kind of pieced.
Okay, I'm going to start it over so you can hear it from the beginning. Listen carefully.
The more traction my social media got, the more people came to my page, the more people like kind of pieced things together that were so inaccurate to what was going on, to where I kind of felt like I had to take a step back and really evaluate what I show and how much I show.
Can you give an example that kind of forced you to be a little less open?
There was this incident of me posting my kids, and then there was this TikTok video where someone, I don't even know how they got it, but they got like a story that I posted on Instagram about my daughter like a year and a half prior to me even having TikTok. So I'm like, where did this video come from? It was an Instagram story, not even an in-feed post. And it had millions of views, and it was just her sitting on the couch, and she's so cute. But the comments, it had like 200,000 likes. It had like 8,000 comments, or like so many. And so many of the comments were like, I can't wait for her to be older, or her eyes are so pretty, or look at those lips. And then I'd go on the profiles and it was like old men, to where I realized I'm actually doing my kids a disservice by exposing them and making them vulnerable on the internet, to where I'm like, okay, kids are off limits. The more.
Now do you understand? Now do you understand? This is why Meghan has avoided showing the kids' faces. Now it makes more sense. Like I said, that is very upsetting, and I do apologize, but I wanted to make a point. We have to call people out. Now, of course, this in no way is identical to what's been said by Mark Dolan, with all fairness. He's not going in that direction. But it is a matter of objectifying or objectification of a child. The child is not a person, according to him. They were creatures. They're creatures. Call him out. Complain. Complain. It's not okay. Now, as I mentioned, her husband is a model, and not that it matters, but he's also a Mormon, so he believes in a big family. And I think they have, what, 3 or 4 kids now, and probably more on the way. But that's her husband. His name is Lucky Smith, Lucky B. Smith. and he's done work for um, oh gosh, Ralph Lauren, among others. But like I said, they are an absolutely gorgeous couple. But I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Oh, you follow her too, right? I noticed that she showed less of her children, but I had no idea what was going on. Disgusting. If she shows a glimpse, it's not of their faces like how Meghan does and many other creators. You know, and that's the thing. They're proud of their children. They're proud of their families. And also, I even say that they're, especially for Archie and Lily, at some point the cameras are going to be there. And they're going to grow up into a world that is fascinated with them. And so I don't know how you ease them into the public eye. I have been very critical of Will and Kate, the way that they have um, put their children out there. And let's say, for Princess Diana, it was very difficult for her. And it's hard to believe the way that the press was emboldened to go after Diana while she had her kids with her. She had her children there with her. And after, especially after the divorce, there was little or no protection for her. Just one royal protection officer. No more motorcades, no more of any of those things. But of course, she got more protection away from the United Kingdom than she had in the United Kingdom. Same as with Harry and Meghan and the children. Harry and Meghan have had more protection every place that they've gone. Every tour, they have been well provided for. And yet they will deliberately deny them the type of security that not just they deserve, but that is Harry's birthright. And they come up with these semantical arguments about, well, he's no longer working royal. He said, it does not matter. She stays pregnant, and it's not hard to understand why. She's not Mormon, though. She said the last one is the last. Yeah, and I think she said that last one was the last. Actually, the one before that was supposed to be the last. I remember they had like a little question and answer session, and supposedly, that was it. I tell you what, though. If I ever invited them to dinner, if I was them, I wouldn't show up. I wouldn't show up. Either one of them, I wouldn't show up. Because I would be chasing them from room to room, like in one of those Three Stooges things. I'll be chasing them from room to room, both of them. Do not ever come over my house for dinner. Just don't do it. Go to McDonald's. You'll be much safer there. Go to a hot dog stand, but do not show up at my house because I cannot be responsible. Yeah, they're pretty. uh Okay. Well, anyway, you guys, that's what happened. And I hope that there will be hell to pay. I really do. I do not want to I don't want to see that one allowed, for lack of a better word. It's not looking good, is it? The data doesn't lie. The Royal Collection Trust net income drops by almost 75% in 1 year as visitors and sales plummet. I got another sound bite. Hi, Hazel Jones. Thank you so much for being here.
Morning, friends. Happy Thursday. How the heck you doing? Let's do one today just for the royalists, because royalists, you are being played by this family and the media like a banjo, and you will wake up one day and realize it. Royal Collection Trust net income drops by almost 75% in 1 year as visitors and sales plummet. And if you didn't know, the Royal Collection Trust is the corporate vehicle that's responsible for opening royal residences and royal palaces and collecting the revenue from the public and tourists, and for all merchandise sales. So everything commercial that the royal family could earn, the Royal Collection Trust is responsible for it. And we're always told that the royal family bring tourism to the UK. Well, if they are bringing tourism to the UK and there's no data to actually reflect that and substantiate that, the number of people willing to pay to see anything about this family is literally dropping off a cliff. And this is representative now. This is representative of the shame and embarrassment this family bring to the UK. The family whose main senior members have lied to the nation for decades and continue to lie to the whole nation of the people that actually fund them and tolerate them. Not a good look, is it? My opinion's not important. Yours is. Comments are open. Tell the world what you think.
Okay, that was Minister of Hacks on TikTok. Now, the top 10 countries most popular with tourists by the numbers, and that was as of 2019. Visit, arrival, and of course, the United States is no longer in third place, but this was easy to find. France stays number one with almost 100 million visitors, followed by Spain and, well, the U.S., like I said, for orange reasons or obvious reasons, no more. But notice that the United Kingdom, out of the top 10, is in last place. Now, they would have you believe that the royal family brings a lot of tourists to the country. If that's the case, they might need to try another royal family. They really might want to try another royal family. Let me see if this is any better. Oh, this is 2023. As you can see, France, oh, it went up to 100 million. There it is. I knew I saw it somewhere. Spain, 85 million. The United States, 66 million. You know, we may be back up there again because of the World Cup. Italy, almost 60 million. Turkey, I was surprised. I didn't know they got that many tourists, but 55 million. Mexico, 42 million. The United Kingdom, up to 7th place with 37 million. China, of course, during the pandemic, they lost a lot of tourists, 35 million, and this was 2023. Germany, 34 million. Greece, anyway, you know what? The top 10 countries for tourism. Let's check out the more accurate rankings. Yeah, I had enough of that. So France, 102 million. Spain is up to 93. The United States is anywhere between 72 to 77 million. China is 64 million. Yeah, they're back up there again, 64 million. No, 65 million. Italy, 57, Turkey, 60, Mexico, 45, United Kingdom in 8th place with 41.8 million, Thailand, 39.8 million, and Germany, number 10 at 37.5 to 39.6 million annual visits. I'm surprised Japan is not in there. I'm sure they're up there, but they're not in the top 10. Okay. Okay. Now, let me do this. This will help make our case, okay? The most visited tourist attractions in the world. Eiffel Tower. Wait. Oh, I don't like this list. I don't like the way this is laid out. Let me try that one more time. The list of the most visited tourist attractions in the world. Okay, Las Vegas Strip, Times Square, Central Park, Union Station, Chicago, Union Station. Why would that be something? Okay, this is a better list. This is more accurate. I'm sorry, you guys. So Paris, France, Eiffel Tower, Rome, Tokyo. No, that's not the right list. Anyway, never mind. Because they break off into different categories, and that's causing me problems. The most visited royal palace in the world. Versailles. It's got to be Versailles. Oh, the Forbidden City, the Louvre, the Grand Palace, that's in China. Versailles gets 7.5 million visits a year. The Louvre gets 8.7. The Forbidden City, 15 to 17 million. And the Le Grand Palais, Temple of Buddha. Now, even though there's no royal family, officially those are still royal palaces. So, yeah. And the Louvre is a royal palace. The castle in Prague is up there. But notice Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle, they are nowhere near the top. Nowhere near the top. Isn't that something? Okay. All right, let's move on, you guys. Let's move on. Oh, we haven't heard from the notorious JTB or this guy right here. We haven't heard from him for a while.
Derangers, your mean girl energy is tired. You're adults acting like gossip is a personality trait and bitterness is a career. There's an old saying that mean girl energy, as an adult, screams misery and insufficient funds. Then I came across research that the stress of being poor can cause long-term damage to your brain. The researchers concluded that years of chronic financial pressure can leave lasting effects on brain health. That explains deranger behavior. They're morally, mentally, and financially bankrupt. Because if you look at some of the behavior online, it starts to make a whole lot of sense. Spending years obsessing over Meghan, living in comment sections, watching every post just so you can complain about it. And when your hate doesn't fit the narrative, you make up lies. Making hate your entire personality is mean girl behavior. And mean girl behavior doesn't impress anyone. It tells people you're stuck. It tells people you're consumed by negativity. It tells people you're low IQ. It tells people you're poor. The happiest people I know aren't glued to the internet waiting for someone they dislike to post. They're busy building careers, building relationships, building a life. The derangers have built something too. A reputation of being bitter, obsessive, and completely incapable of moving on. And that's the read. If you like your tea hot, share it, save your seat, and follow for more. This is the notorious JTB, notoriously opinionated, signing out. Derangers, your mean girl energy is tired. You're adults acting like gossip is a...
Okay. What do you think of that? I love it. Okay, and guess what, you guys? That was the last thing for tonight. But some of you all may have missed it earlier, so we're going back to A, B, C, and D. We're going back to A, B, C, and D. Got to go back for a second look. Now, Hazel Jones, I think you missed this one. Which do you prefer? Someone asked, hey, Grok, be honest, if you were a girl, which male body type would you find the most attractive? Which male body type would you find most attractive? I already know what Church Nelly would say. Church Nelly would say Nacho Fagaris. That's her favorite body type. Optimistic Fletcher, thank you so much for your comment. Joyce Anderson, good Friday morning to you too. Hazel Jones, when you get through fanning, when you get yourself a nice cold drink of water, we're going to be waiting for your response. We're going to be waiting for your response. Yes, we're putting you on the spot. Which do you prefer? What's your pleasure? And if anybody else wants to chime in, if you haven't had a chance to respond earlier, go for it. Let me see. If those men are bald, okay. Hazel Jones says B. You know what? B seems to be very popular. B seems to be very popular. And I would even say, for the purposes of this conversation, the most popular. Okay. Well, thank you for your response. And the official response from Grok was D. D seems to be the epitome of the athletic build, but probably not realistic for most humans. Probably not realistic for most humans. Let's see. Bingo Lucci, good morning to you too. Yes, I won't hold my breath for Charles to say something, but let's see exactly how much traction this gets. I just believe that those things where children are concerned needs to be called out, and there needs to be as uniform and vigorous a response as possible. But we already know how the palace is about those things. D has too much boobs. What is he like? He's about a 42D, right? He's about a D cup. Okay. Well, you guys, I have been on here way too long. It's been almost 2.5 hours. Haven't done this for a while. And if any one of you guys speak to my therapist, tell her I went to bed at midnight. Okay? Tell her I went to bed at midnight. Tell her I went to bed at midnight and then I got right back up and started the podcast. Oh, thank you, Heather Strout. I had fun tonight. I really did. I had fun tonight. Thank you, Cookies and Cream. Also, you guys, please do pray for all of the people in Europe that are being displaced by these horrendous fires. There should not be fires like that in Europe and Canada. It's just not right. I believe that someone has been tinkering around with the weather, but just kind of hard to prove it, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's your winter time now, right? Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much. And remember, these boots are made for walking, and that's just what I'll do. And one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Are you ready, boots? Start walking. Bum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da, da-da. You guys, there's going to be more Meghan coming up this week. I am so sure of it because remember, um, the movie premieres on August the 7th. Do not be surprised if Meghan and the cast shows up on one of the morning shows like Good Morning America or something like that. Do not be surprised if you see them on Good Morning America. Also, with or without Meghan, I wouldn't be surprised if they show up at The View. I'm just saying. You guys, I'm making predictions. Write it down. Write it down. After all, this is a movie, well, a documentary that is being released at the theaters. So you got to promote it. Although the Sussexes, they're very light on the promotion of things, but we'll see how it goes. You know, for security reasons, it really is a lot involved with Meghan's movements. And even though the security doesn't look obvious to us, I can only go by what some of the squaddies have said at the Invictus games, that the atmosphere becomes a bit heavy when you can kind of tell Meghan is coming, because all of a sudden there's all of these burly guys that are, around, and they kind of blend in as much as possible. So Harry is not effing around when it comes to the security of his wife. And I am glad to know that. That's a good idea, Sussex team warrior. You guys, I could talk for a whole nother hour, but I don't want to. I guess I am getting kind of sleepy now. Yeah, I think I am getting kind of sleepy. Like that Rosemary Clooney song, I ain't got nothing but the blues. Nothing but the blues. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Jennifer Clark, thank you so much for the super sticker. I ain't got the change of a nickel. Ain't got no bounce in my shoes. I ain't got no fancy to tickle. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Ain't got no coffee that's perkin'. Ain't got no winnings to lose. Ain't got a dream that is working. I ain't got nothing but the blues. When trumpets flare up, I keep my hair up. I just can't let it come down. Believe me, Pappy, I get so happy since my ever-loving baby left town. Ain't got no rest in my slumber. Did you guys do a shimmy? You got to do a shimmy when I say that part. You ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ain't got no rest in my slumber. Ain't got no feelings to bruise. Ain't got no telephone numbers. I ain't got nothing but the blues. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Oh, that's like one of my favorite songs. Ba-da, ba-ba-da, ba-da, ba-da-da. Let's see. Sussex Teen Warrior says, Baron, thank you for your openness and honesty about therapy. It goes a long way to destigmatize, right? Yes, it feels good to talk about it. It really does. And I really do hope that anybody who's been struggling, or just even if you need to have an evaluation, just to make sure that you're okay. Just to make sure you're okay. I think it's well worthwhile. What's that? When trumpets flare up, I keep my hair up. I just won't let it come down. Believe me, Pappy, I get so happy since my ever-loving baby left town. Ain't got no rest in my slumbers. Ain't got no feelings to bruise. Ain't got no telephone numbers. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Ain't got nothing but the blues. Yeah. I'm telling you, I love that song. I have listened to that song again and again. Rosemary Clooney, Ain't Got Nothing But the Blues. Check it out. Check it out. Rosemary Clooney. That's what's his name? That's Clooney's aunt. George Clooney's aunt. Oh, there it is right there. I love that song. I just love the ba 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 da da. I like jazz. I like a good jazz song. Okay. This is the link. You can hear the song yourself. My version is a bit off-putting, but you can hear the real Rosemary Clooney. Ain't got no rest in my slumber. Ain't got no feelings to bruise. Ain't got a dream that is working. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Okay, you guys, I'm going to say goodnight. I have had so much fun. I just don't want it to end. But alas, it must, because anyway, I made some good progress with my therapist. And I need to start journaling. And I'm not a journalist, and I don't journal. I don't have a diary. I don't have any of that stuff. However, I am willing to be flexible. So I am going to journal. Yes, I am going to journal starting today. Young heart, run free. Never dun, 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 dun. What's the sense of sharing this long and lonely life? Ending up just another lost and lonely wife. You thought about the years, and they will be filled with tears. Uh-huh. I like this song, Candy Staton. Young heart, run free. Ooh, young heart, run free. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm going to take your word for it. I think I want to write it. I was told I could type it, but I think I want to write it. Yes, I think I want to write it. In cursive. I use cursive writing. That way, if a young person gets a hold of my journal, they won't be able to read it. They cannot write or read cursive writing nowadays. Isn't that a shock? Young people do not have if you ask a young person to sign something, they just write their names. They don't use cursive writing. They just, print their names. I'm like, that's a signature? Okay. I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. Anyway, once again, you guys, if you find yourself struggling or you just want to make sure that you're okay, especially if you've been through some traumatic situation, talk to someone. And if possible, seek out some professional counseling or therapy. It's well worth it. Take it from me, it's well worth it. You said in third grade. I don't remember what grade, but I do remember we had to learn it, though. I do remember that. Okay, you guys, the longer I stay up, the worse it's going to be tomorrow. And I'm going to end up coming on late again. So I'm going to say goodnight. Love you guys. Thank you so much for trusting me to do this work. That means so much to me. Also, do consider a membership with Royal Sussex. There are other ways to, what do you call it, to support this channel. There's PayPal, the Cash App, etc., etc. And also, the easiest and the least expensive thing to do is to keep liking the videos. Hit that like button, share it with other like-minded people or people who just are unaware of what the Sussex's world is like. Any of those things. Okay. Okay. That's a wrap. That is a wrap. That's all. I can only give you love that lasts forever. And I promise to be near each time you call. And the only heart I own for you and you alone. That's all. That's all. I can only give you country walks in springtime and a hand to hold when leaves begin to fall, and a love whose burning light would warm the winter nights. That's all. That's all. Okay, that's it, you guys. Good night. I'm just kidding. There are those, I am sure, who have told you they would give you the world for a toy. All I have are these arms to enfold you, and a love that time cannot destroy. Okay, I'm just kidding. Good night, you guys. That's it. No, I'm not through yet. If you're wondering what I'm asking in return, dear, you'll be glad to know that my demands are small. Say it's me that you'll adore for now and evermore. That's all. That's all. Okay, that's it. No, for real, that's it. I'm done with the song. I'm fixing to go to bed. That's all. For real. That's it. If you're wondering what I'm asking in return, dear, You'll be glad to know that my demands are small. Say it's me that you'll adore for now and evermore. That's all. That's all. All.